This video is part 2 of the PEMDAS video, order of operations. I want to go over a couple more things and just do a little bit more practice and have you keep thinking about these things. This is a really important thing in terms of how we solve and evaluate equations. So remember, PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, that little number up there, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. That's how you do it. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And so you get to these problems. I want to do these problems. This one I want to show you something very specific, but let's just do this one first. So I have everything. I don't have any exponents and I don't have any subtraction, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to start from the beginning. I look at parentheses. So I see I have these parentheses here. I'm going to do it and pull it down. So I do that. 4 plus 6 is 10, okay? Then I pull everything down to keep it in order. That comes down, that comes down, that comes down, that comes down. So I have 12 times divided by 5. Now, no exponents, so I go on to the next. Multiplication. I'm going to do all my multiplication. I see that these two need to be multiplied together. It's 120. And then I bring this down, divided by 5. Okay? And then I only have one function left, one operation left, so I know this is what I have to do. And 120 divided by 5 is 24. So my answer to this problem is 24. But I worked my way, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. And I kept bringing it down. Did one step at a time, one step at a time. When you try and do multiple steps, you might do things out of order. It's kind of like building those big Lego displays. If you start with step 1 and then do step 2, step 3, by the time you're done, you have the perfectly built Lego thing. If you decide, I'm just going to start with step 25 and start doing it, and I'll do 1 over here and 10 over here and 4, all of a sudden, it doesn't come together. So you got to do step by step. All right. Let's look at this one over here. 5, which is next to a parentheses. When something is next to a parentheses like this, it's multiplication. Okay? You're timesing this by this. That's just something you need to learn. Whenever you have like 5 with next to a parentheses of 2, it means multiplication. So you could say it this way. You could say it this way. You could say it this way. Lots of different ways. But you got to remember that with parentheses, if a number is next to it, without any sign, it's multiplication. So let's look at this one. I start with my parentheses. I see I have parentheses here. I'm going to bring it down. 5 minus 3, or 8 minus 3 is 5. And then I bring down my 5. So I have 5 next to a 5 in parentheses. There's no symbol here. But because it's next to the parentheses, it's multiplication. So it's 5 times 5, and that is 25. Okay? Let's do one more here. How about we do three to the second power plus 5 times 4 parentheses 1 plus 1. Okay, so this has a lot to it. It has some parentheses, it has an exponent here, it has a multiplication and an addition. So, it doesn't matter what all it has, we do the same system every time. We start with the parentheses. The parentheses are like telling me, do me first. So, parentheses, 1 plus 1. I do it. It's 2. That's my number, 2. And then I just bring everything down. I got lots to bring down. Some of these big problems, you have lots to bring down. So 3 to the second power, bring down my plus, 5 times 4. Now, I've done my parentheses. Now I go to exponents. Do I see any exponents? Yep, right here. That's an exponent. So 3 to the second power, I know is 3 times 3. And so 3 times 3 is 9. So 3 to the second power is 9. Bring that one down. Bring this down, bring this down, bring this, bring this, bring this. This kind of seems like a lot of work, but it's good work because it makes you get the correct answer. So it's worth it in the end. Okay, so I've done parentheses, I've done exponents, now multiplication. I have a multiplication right here, and I know that when a number is next to a parentheses, it's a multiplication right here too. But I'm just going to do one thing at a time. I'm going to do this one first. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20. Then I bring this down, 2. Then I bring this down, plus. Then I bring this down, 9. So now I have 9 plus 20, parentheses 2. When these are next to each other with no symbol, it's multiplication. So I'm still doing my multiplication. 20 times 2 is 40. Bring this down. Bring this down. Now, no division, and I have an addition, and it's the last thing I do, is 40 plus 9, 49. Okay? So what I want you to really remember is the PEMDAS. You do it in that order. When you have a parentheses next to a number with no symbol, it's multiplication. And bring everything down. It's a lot of work. It seems like it's more steps than are necessary, but they're the necessary steps to keep it in line, to keep doing all the procedures and doing everything in the right way. And if you do it like this, you might use a lot of paper, but you'll get the right answer. And then as you get going into these, it'll just get easier and easier as you go. But follow these steps. Do each one, step 1, step 2, step 3, and you'll be good to go.